Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Real PR with me, Fiona Scott. I hope you're having a good day, a good week, a good month. Today, we're going to chat business, networking, PR, and loads of other stuff with a good friend of mine, Angela. We met a long time ago, but I'm not going to share all this information. She's going to share it with us. So let's get into it.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Fiona. So my name's Angela Roberts, and we obviously met probably about 15, 20 years ago, something like that, when I had my own business, my other business, which was ladies' fashion accessories. And then I met you at a networking group, I Am Woman networking group. And I just loved networking. It was just a great way to meet people. There's nothing like it really for putting a room with people you don't know. And by the end of it, you know loads of people, and you've got those contacts then that nobody can ever take away from you. That's what I say about networking. So I met you then. Roll on 10, 15 years. I had a job in marketing. I was head of marketing for Gensmile, a dental group. And just after the lockdowns, I decided that to help businesses start my own networking group. So we started in Malmsbury at the wonderful Old Bell Hotel in Malmsbury. And they've been really supportive of us over the years. And we started there and we just kept growing, really. So Cotswold Networking is my business.
And we met, and I must have bought loads of scarves and jewellery off you back in the day. But actually, even then, having a product-based businesses and going networking, a lot of product-based business owners won't bother with networking. And I've always thought this was a huge mistake, Angela.
Yes, definitely. Shops should be out networking. Anybody should be out networking, because it's not only going networking to get people to buy off you, it's to people can help you build your business. You can find social media managers, you can find accountants, you can find solicitors if you need them. It's all about getting your sort of little black book of people's names, and they can help you in your business.
And you always seem to have this innate trust that in any room you walk into, there will be someone from whom you can learn and gain. So when you approached me about Cotswold Networking, and it suited me at the time to join the Cirencester group, I was all in. Now, you chose to have, at the beginning anyway, evening groups. Talk to us about that.
Well, because at the beginning I had a day job, and the I Am Woman group, if you remember, was an evening group as well. So I'd only ever been networking in the evening, and I just thought, some businesses might be busy in the day, so let's try. It can be, more social as well if it's in the evening. So that was sort of my foundation of what I'm doing. We've now moved one of our groups. It's happening tomorrow. The Witney group is now we're trialing it in the day. So we're having a morning group in Witney, and it's looking good at the moment. So, but the other groups are all staying in the evening.
Okay, and you shied away, didn't you, from pretty well-known groups that have like a single seat policy and things like that. What was your thinking around that?
Because I believe that people buy from people. It's all about building connections, and if you wanted a solicitor, they might not be the solicitor the right solicitor for you. You might not like the person. I know that sounds a bit odd, but it's all about buying off people and forming relationships with people. So that's why we're not a single seat, and also collaboration is good as well. We've seen a number of collaborations throughout the networking groups. We've been going for 4.5 years now, so we've seen some magic happen, really have.
And I totally get that, because with I Am Woman, one of the biggest learnings I had back then, Angela, was that really my first work came through working in collaboration with another more established PR company. And I learned so much from that experience that it allowed me to be confident to grow my own brand back then.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's all about meeting people, connecting with people, and just building your relationships with those people. That's what our networking group's about. When we don't sit you down and say, right, can you give me all your referrals for last month and stuff like that. We encourage you to follow up. We really encourage people to follow up, even if it's just a phone call, even if it's coffee, anything, just the people you meet on that night, you might never see them again, because we do get visitors never come back. Don't know why, but just make sure you contact those people and keep up to date with them. Even if you're not going to buy for them, you might be able to help them in some way, and they might be able to refer you to their friends.
Okay, so let's talk about Cotswold Networking. So for the first few years, you were working in a day job and building groups. And that means working most evenings for you.
Yeah, I work all the time anyway.
But talk to me about what was the thing that made you take that leap of faith? It's quite a big thing when you've got a steady job to think, right, okay, this is now going to be my income.
Well, I started opening more and more groups, and by that time we had 8 groups. And no, actually, we had 7 groups then, because I hadn't opened the Worcester group. We had 7 groups, and it was just taking too much of my time. And I was, booking holidays for work just to work. So I thought this is just not a good life, home life balance. So work life balance. So I handed my notice in, and it's the best thing I ever did, actually.
I know. I mean, to be honest, if I hadn't been made redundant, I don't know if I'd ever have had the courage to do it, because it's a brave decision, isn't it, Angela?
It is. It's a really brave. I remember messaging my daughters, they work in London, and messaging them at Christmas, and they said, no, don't do it. But by the February, I then messaged them going, I've done it. So.
Okay, so let's walk through what are the groups that you've got? So if anyone's interested and they wanted to visit the Cotswold Networking site, what areas are you covering at the moment?
Okay, so we've got Malmsbury at the Old Bell Hotel. We've got Cirencester at Roots and Seeds, fantastic location. We've got Cheltenham, which is tonight, and that's at Dunkerton's, and that's our biggest group, the Cheltenham group. Then we've got Witney tomorrow morning. That's at the Old Swan in Minster Level. Then we have what have we got tomorrow? Wednesday. Wednesday's Malmsbury. Thursday we've got Bristol at the Aztec Hotel. Then we have Corsham in Harton Park. That's a lovely venue as well. And we have Worcester at the Stanbrook Abbey Hotel. And there's one more. Oh gosh, what's the other one? Bath at the Ivy. So they're all absolutely lovely locations, lovely venues. So you feel like you're having a night out as well as meeting people. And but we do have a format. It's not just a social. We do have a format to the evening. People arrive the first sort of half an hour. They sort of mingle in the bar, get to chat and get to know each other. Anyone who's on their own, we sort of point out to the members. Oh, this is Jane. And they look after them for us. Then we sit down. I do a quick presentation. Then we have a speaker, which is one of our members who wants to sort of tell everyone more about their business. Then we that's about a 12-minute slot, then some questions. Then we have a break, and then we do round the table networking, and we swap tables 3 times. So you get to meet a lot of people. And so you've got a minute, although everyone goes over a minute. You've got the egg timers. Always go over. I'm thinking of changing them to 2-minute egg timers, actually. And then everyone sort of tells everyone about their business, and then, there's questions and stuff like that. So by the end of the night, everybody's met most of the people in the room, and then there's free networking at the end then. So it's a really good... A lot of people say to me, I love your format, so that's quite good.
Yeah, it is a good mix between social and structure, because for me, too much structure is... that just stifles me. But equally, it is about business too. So getting that balance is actually quite tricky.
Yes.
Isn't
We've
it?
tried different formats over the years, but I think this one seems to work. But I am open to suggestions if anybody thinks I should change it.
And the speaking thing, I will always volunteer to speak. It amazes me that some people don't know, Angela. What's your take on that?
Yes, I feel a lot of people haven't got the confidence to stand up and speak. It took me a while to actually, because I have to present in every group, but I've done it now for 4.5 years, so I'm not phased anymore. But for somebody who comes to the group, especially if they're new, to stand up in front of the whole group is, can be quite daunting. But they should do it, because it's a great way of getting yourself recognised within the group as well. And we do publicise it on all our emails that go out, social media, that you are the speaker. So it's really good publicity. So they should do it. I mean, we are looking for speakers for some of our other groups, and people aren't putting their hands up, and you can, as you know, as a member, if you're a member of one group, if I need a speaker in another group, you're welcome to come and be the speaker in another group.
Yeah.
So,
I get it. Speaking's part of PR as far as I'm concerned, but I think people don't realise, they think that PR is just media, but it isn't. You've got to do stuff, and for me, networking is one of my 3 pillars of my own PR of my business, which is small. But it's still 6-figure turnover, which is a lot more than I was aiming for when we first met, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so top tips for networking, just 3. Tell me, what makes you a good networker?
I think that they should turn up regularly. People who sort of dip in and out, and they don't form the relationships. They really need to come regularly to the networking group, and that they need to take responsibility for their networking. They need to follow up with people afterwards. Not just come to networking, tick, done my networking this month. Really make the effort, connect with them on LinkedIn, follow up with them afterwards. That is, and just turn up, just be present at all the events. You can easily sit at home. Simon always says, they could sit on the sofa or they could come out networking, and you just don't know. That one person you meet that night could change things for you. We had a lady who came to one of our groups, and she worked in HR, and the next month she came back and she said, I'm now doing HR for an accountancy practice that she met at our networking group. So they were both there at the same time, and she's now like their HR department of their. So one meetup, so things can happen, and people need to realise how powerful networking is. It really is.
I totally get it. I mean, one of the things that's ongoing for me is that at your networking group, I met an architect. I just felt he would be really important for a personal project that I'm involved with, and that is all now happening.
Brilliant.
Behind the scenes, and when that happens, that's going to be a big deal, and I'll expect every single Cotswold networking person to come. But what's the mindset, or tell me the people that probably networking isn't going to work for them? They're going to have to find other forms of PR. What are the red flag people where it's just never going to work?
I think people almost need to get the confidence to come, because our groups are really friendly, and the more you come, when we do round the tables, I've had people at the beginning going, oh God, I don't know what to say. By the third round, they were like, oh, that was easy now, I've got it. So you need to come regularly. I really think that's the thing they need to do, and they need to push themselves out of their boundaries. They need to go, right, if I've got a business, if I want to do something with my business, I have got to get out networking. I've got to meet people, and that's sitting in the corner, not contacting people, not, leaving early. I get people leaving early, and I'm thinking, you've just, there's another half hour here where you've missed a lot of people that you've met, so really make the effort. I'd say make the effort. It's your responsibility what you get out of networking.
I totally agree. Because I've networked a lot, you and I have both networked a lot, I find the people that where it'll never work are those that sit around doing nothing, not engaging, expecting the room to come to them.
Yes.
Very often that doesn't happen. Those that get their business card, interrupt the conversation, just tell you what they do and then go.
Yeah.
I've had that a couple of times where they don't actually stop and pause and listen to anybody else.
Yes.
Or like you say, those that come and then give up after a month because they haven't got any sales.
Yeah, exactly. That happens quite a lot. They'll come once, maybe twice, and then they'll say, "Oh, it's not working for me," and I sort of want to bang my head against the wall, go, "No," but and I sort of try and politely point out why it might not be working for them in an email back. But you can't do anything about that type of people if they haven't got the mindset to do it. I know that networking has changed a number of people's lives. It's changed Simon, my other half's life. It's changed, obviously, my life, but it's changed a number of people throughout our journey lives because of going networking.
I don't know if you've got any tips for this, but if someone's just starting a business and they're thinking, right, how do I spend my time and my money most effectively? How do they measure networking? How do they think, right, it's worth going along for free once and then investing in networking? How do they work out what success looks like?
Well, I feel like they can't have any success unless they do the follow-ups. If they come regularly, they meet people, and then you'll get your return on investment. As I said, coming once and then don't come the next month, come the next month. Just ticking the box. Yeah, I've been networking, not doing any following up. We run curry clubs, social events. We don't charge for them. You just pay for your own curry. Come to curry club and meet people. It does make a difference. It's only a little social, but it makes a difference. So just make the effort. So that is where small businesses. If you're thinking, oh, I can't afford networking, make the effort. Come, and then you make sure you use it. Using that networking group to continue with your business and grow your business by participating, basically.
Yeah. I often say to people, what are your goals? So if your goal is a financial advisor who wants to get to 50 or 60,000 pounds turnover, then you can spend a lot of money advertising in the local paper, a local magazine, online, Facebook, and you should be doing some of that. But it'd probably be just as cost effective for you to go to a networking group and consistently turn up at just one.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? And we get those people, don't we?
Yeah, we do get those people. And obviously I've got 8 networking groups, and what I'd say is that they're all the same. They've all got lovely people in them. I mean, I have had so many people come at the end and say, oh, the people are so lovely. And that's because with the culture that we forged. But, if you are a member of one group, then you come to the other groups. I mean, we have offers on where, if you sign up within 3 days, you get 2 free visits to other groups. Or if you can't make your group, you can swap twice a year. Come and visit the other groups, because the other groups are great. And there's just, you're widening your network. And also we've got an online circle community, which I've launched in the last 2 months. And that is great because it pulls all the people from all the groups together. So we have like post an opportunity, promote your business. You can promote your business on the circle app. So the more you get out there, if it was my business, I'd be posting all the time on there. Just get heard on there. And then other people, they might sort of like, flip through and that, but at least you'll be memorable. So
you've touched on it there because you do a lot of value add stuff, don't you, around the membership? So talk us through the sort of value add stuff. I'm thinking you've got an online magazine, so talk about that.
So once you become a member, if you we send you all the stuff, and you become you send us your bio, your photographs, your logos, and you have your own website page on our website, cotswoldnetworking.co.uk. Then you also, if you want to contribute articles, we have an online magazine. It's a bit like a blog, but then once a month, all those articles, they go out in an email to my whole database. So free PR for everybody, and free PR on the blog page, because it's good for SEO, it's good for AI SEO, that you're sort of on you've got articles written. And also, as I said, the circle community, which is, I've only just launched it a few months ago, and it's looking great. People are starting to use it now, and I've got rid of the closed Facebook and LinkedIn groups, and I'm trying to get everyone into circle.
But you also offer workshops, I know, because I've run one, where people can pay an amount of money, which is reasonable, relatively low cost, to access someone's expertise.
Yes, we do. But I wouldn't say that those workshops are being used enough, really. I'd love more people to come forward and offer to do workshops, and I'd love more members to realise, you could learn a lot at these workshops. So, make the effort. They're not that expensive, and come along, for a morning and help build your skills.
Okay, so let's look forward to the back end of 2026, 27. How do you see the future of small business in that period of time?
Small business generally?
Yeah.
I think they're going to struggle. I think all small businesses are struggling now with different things that are happening, Don't get me started. But I feel that they really need, if now is the time to network, now is the time to, to get out there, and don't sit in your office on your own, struggling. Come networking, because there's a lot of people that can help you, and there's a lot of friendships to be made, and a lot of support. So that's what I would say to small businesses now. Just make the effort, come out networking, and see what a difference it makes to your business.
Okay, so let's talk costs then, Angela. What kind of cost is there for people to have a membership?
Okay, so we say you can come twice as a visitor before we ask you to become a member to continue. There is a cost to that, unless you know a member and they can invite you for free. Members can invite people for free. So once you become a member, it's £40 plus VAT a month for all the memberships. So that gives you one membership group a month. And then all the other benefits I've just been talking about. Plus, we've got Cotswold Collective. We've got 3 months free Cotswold Collective membership, which is another initiative to help small businesses. They offer discounts throughout the Cotswolds. They've got about 600 businesses there. So Sarah and Jacqueline, we've sort of come together with them. And so £40 plus VAT. If you want to have more than one group, then that's £70 plus VAT. We've got corporate memberships, so you can have one person in Bristol, one person in Bath, one person in South. So we've got a corporate membership. We've got a number of companies that take us up on the corporate memberships, and there's a discount for that. Yes.
Brilliant. Lovely. So, Angela, is there anything else you want to say? Have we missed anything out?
Just that we're hoping to. I run all the groups, so I'm very busy as well as running the business. So I think that my next plan is to sort of get other people to run some of the groups for me. So I am looking for the right people. I think I've found one, a lady called Natalie. She is going to be running our Worcester group for us from September. She's Forever Living. She's quite high up in Forever Living company. She's built a really great business herself. So she's going to help run that networking group, and then hopefully run other networking groups, set up brand new ones in the sort of Stratford, Leamington Spa, Solihull area. That's our plan. And we are maybe Wootton Bassett, bring it back to the Swindon area. So we're just looking for other venues. But the key thing is that I find the right people to run these groups for me. Okay, so when we say the right people, what does that look like? What is a right person? Well, somebody who's really enthusiastic, has got confidence to do it, and loves people and loves meeting people and makes people feel good about themselves when they come to the networking group. Just like, here's your name badge, make a real effort, make a real fuss of people, and really think about and care about people. So that's the sort of person I'm looking for, but confident, they can stand on a stage, give a presentation without flinching. So we're looking for that type of people, but somebody who's really interested in other people. Okay, so Angela, anyone listening or watching this, how can they find you? Through my website, or my email is info@cotswoldnetworking.co.uk. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much, Fiona. Lovely to see you again. No, it's lovely. Just lovely to have you on the podcast. And what we ought to do is do it in about a year or 18 months' time and gather some of those stories, Yes, of the people where one thing has led to that thing, to that thing, to that thing. Yeah, that'd be good, yes. So that would be nice to do that. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Well, I hope you enjoyed that chat with Angela, all things networking. You now know where to find her and where to find Cotswold Networking. If you want to find out more about me and what I do, you can visit scottmedia.uk, or you can join my Facebook group. It's free. Just apply to join. It's Fiona Scott's PR Tribe, and just mention this podcast and you can become part of my community. And I'm also very active on LinkedIn. Until the next time.